me in a moment of silence, please. Thank you. And now we have, where are my notes? Buried my notes. We have Braley, Jeremy, and Jackson, who are students at Bell Heath, who are going to come forward, just like in front of those chairs right there will be good. Perfect. And they're going to lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance. Are you ready? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you so much. You can go back and wait for Miss Z or Mr. Wilder.
For the next
Okay, and if you would take a
second
discussion, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All right, Amanda, you are officially with us. Can you hear?
Yes, can you hear me?
Yes. All right,
Awesome.
now.
Thank you, guys.
Now, approval of the agenda. Any questions or anything? Are we ready then for a motion to approve the agenda?
So moved.
And a second?
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? And the agenda stands approved. All right, we're ready for the student showcase.
All right, thank you very much. This is a very exciting time of every meeting, and tonight's no different. At this time, I'd like to welcome Mr. Cole Wilder, the principal at Bell Heath Elementary School, to come forward. Mr. Wilder. All right.
Hello. We have some wonderful students representing our 4th, 5th, and 6th grade today. They're going to tell you a little bit about what's been going on around our school. We're going to start with Jackson here. This is Jackson Woodfin.
Good evening, members of the school board. My name is Jackson Whitfield, and I'm excited to share about some of the house activities that we have done this year. At the beginning of the year, our 3rd graders and our new students are sorted into one of our 4 houses: compassion, grit, visionary, and tenacious. This helps us feel included and part of the team right away. Throughout the year, students can earn points for showing positive behavior, strong leadership, hard work, and kindness. At the end of each 9 weeks, we celebrate a house winner. This encourages us to always do our best. This year, our houses have done many fun, meaningful activities. We have participated in community action services to help others decorate holiday trees, and recently took part in Olympic-style events to get ready for our big house basketball game on March 13th. Everyone's excited for that. Our houses also focus on giving back. We would like to invite you to join us. We would like to invite you to join us for a school cleanup day on April 11th around our school grounds. This is something our houses are leading, and we would love for you to see our teamwork and school pride in action. Thank you for supporting Bell Heath and our house presence. We are proud to be part of a school that builds leadership, character, and community. Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Calvin Jackson is a 5th grader in Ms. Hoosiers class, and he came up with all those things himself to share with you today about our house. On April 11th, around 9ish, if you want to come join us at Bell Heath, we're going to clean up around the school. All right, next is Mr. Jeremy Robinson from 4th grade. He's going to share about a recent victory in 4th grade.
Hi, my name is Jeremy Robinson, and I am a 4th grade student at Bell Heath. I am here to tell you about the 2nd quarter benchmark battle and the 1st benchmark battle. The grade with the highest scores won in this competition. The grade that had the highest growth in benchmark scores won. I am proud to say that 4th grade won the benchmark battle. Our reward was a movie afternoon. Each teacher chose a different movie, and we got to pick which one we wanted to watch. We even had real movie theater popcorn from the Radford Theater, which made it feel extra special.
Yeah.
We have just started the 3rd benchmark battle for this benchmark. The entire school is teaming
showed a lot of growth when Jeremy was a part of that. Now, from sixth grade, we have Miss Marie Lease is gonna tell us about some special opportunities sixth graders have had this year.
Good evening, members of the school board. My name is Rayleigh Carter, and I am a sixth grade student at Bell Heath Elementary School. I am here to share how much it has meant to me and my classmates to participate in middle school sports this year. Before I jump in that, I would like to say that the sixth graders was the champions of the first benchmark battle. Even though we are still in elementary school, we were given the opportunity to join middle school teams. I personally participated in cheerleading and wrestling. These were both brand new experiences for me, and I really enjoyed trying something new. Being part of these teams showed me that I could do more than I thought I could. Wrestling helped me build strength, confidence, and determination. Cheerleading helped me build teamwork skills, school spirit, and leadership. Both sports pushed me to grow, not just as an athlete, but as a person. This opportunity is also helping prepare me for seventh grade. By starting now, we are able to explore different sports, learn expectations, and begin building a strong foundation for the future. When we move to middle school next year, we will already feel more comfortable and confident. Even though Bell Heath is a separate building, everyone worked hard to make sure we stayed informed and ready for games and matches. Teachers, coaches, and staff helped us with schedules, transportations, and encouragement. It really felt like one big team working together. I especially enjoyed getting to know the coaches and students from the middle school and high school. It made the transportation feel less scary and more exciting. Now when I see those students and coaches, I already feel connected to them. Thank you for supporting opportunities like this for sixth grade students. Participating in middle school sports has helped us grow in confidence, responsibility, and teamwork. It is preparing us for not only for next year, but for many years ahead. Thank you for your time.
They were very well spoken. I feel a little.
Okay.
Now you're challenged.
That's a hard act to follow.
It'd be easy to follow some third, or fourth, fifth, and sixth grade students. I just want to give a quick update on our playground. And Mr. Dye has a picture. So we have finally, last time we talked, we had shared that we raised about $20,000 in our color run, and then our generous PSA had already had about $20,000 earmarked for a playground, which we looked back and forth at some things. Dr. Joyce helped us with some connections, and ended up getting what we feel is a really good deal on this. We got a 50% off promotion, which is big. Playgrounds are very expensive, but we have just signed the PO for this. So as soon as school is over, our guys, which has also helped us save money instead of having this company come in and take out the current Ninja course, our guys are going to come in and knock it out. And then sometime in mid-June, this will be installed. So this will be ready for the start of next year. So we're super excited about this piece of equipment. And we appreciate Dr. Joyce and Mr. Grimm's support on helping us get that area prepared.
Very
It's
nice.
exciting.
Any questions for our friends?
That was very nice.
Very
Thank
well
you.
Impressed,
spoken.
very impressed.
Can you text me their name? Okay, a lot going on at Bell Heath. That's the way we like it. Next up, I'd like to welcome Mr. Keister to the podium. He has a special announcement or present. It's not even a presentation. You have a special guest. How's that?
I'm just special, so.
I should have just stopped while I was ahead. Mr.
I'd also
Keister.
like to call up Ms. Terry Gauck, our art teacher at McCard, and I'm gonna let her start, but then I'm gonna follow up with another announcement after her.
Okay. Greetings, school board. Good evening. So I'm the art teacher at McCard, and I was chosen to be the representative of all the art teachers tonight. And I'm inviting you to join, and our whole community, to join us at the Glencoe Museum Gallery. We're going to be displaying selected student art from all of the schools, and that begins next Wednesday, March 18th. And the artwork will be on display. Very good looking with art teachers. We can display some of our art. And it's going to go until April 30th. And we're going to have a reception for the students and their parents on March 29th, which is a Sunday, from 1 to 3. And our very own Irene Hours, who's our music teacher at McCard Elementary, she's going to play her
Very nice.
Thank you.
Thank
Would you
you.
give those dates again?
Yes.
Just to make sure I have
So
them right.
the art we're going to be working on setting it up, and the display begins March 18th through April 30th, and then March 29th, which is Sunday. I think it's Palm Sunday, from 1
It
to
is.
3. 1 to 3 is a reception and it's free for everyone.
So also, our title team and Ms. Galk have been hard at work. We have our culminating event for our One School, One Book this Thursday. We're having a county fair. So that's at 5:30 at McCart. So you're more than welcome to come by and see the county fair. Ms. Galk has been putting a special presentation in her room together. Last year, she did a glow show, and that was Under the Sea. Is that what it is? It was Under the Sea. So now, with our One School, One Book, we have Charlotte's Web, so we're going to do a rainforest, is that what we call it? So you may wonder how that's connected to Charlotte's Web. Well, these are Charlotte's Web's cousins. So we're going to write a new book, and we're going to sell it. But yeah, please come by. Like I said, our title team's been hard at work putting this together, and we've put a pretty big event.
Now, okay, go ahead.
This Thursday at 5:30.
If I understand correctly, Ms. Galk, you are responsible for that wonderful tree display back there. I thanked Mr. Keister, and he said, well, actually, that was your creation, and man, we love it.
Well,
We
love
love it.
Appreciate you very much and all that you do to keep our schools going.
Thank you.
Thank you. And if you've never been to a glow show, it will blow your mind because it literally everything glows under the black light. And so we have over 350 pieces of
I
art
missed
that we
it.
display.
That was fun last year.
Yeah, that's great. Thank you.
Thank you.
Do you want me to
So
read this? yet?
hopefully when you came in this afternoon, you noticed some displays in the hallway of some work that may or may not have been familiar to you. To me, certainly was not. There were a few words I recognized, not many. And what those are is a culmination of a lot of hard work during snow days, I might add, for our Southwest Virginia Governor's School kids. And they worked and worked and worked on those science fair projects, and our kids, our Bobcats, took home a lot of nice recognitions. So at this time, some can't be here, some are playing tennis, some had previous engagements, but some are here. So when I call your name, if you're here, if you don't mind just coming up front and let us take your picture and make you famous and all those things, and I'll read what we have, what you've accomplished at this science fair, okay? So first up is Alex Bartos. Her project was exploring the association between the KIAA0319 genetic marker and dyslexic traits in high-achieving high school students. You know, I did a lot of work on that back in my undergrad days, and what I'd like to do is compare my work with Alex's work, and we'll get together on that. Also, we have Mickey Barron, the effects of assorted fluids on saxophone reed durability. Something else that could use a lot of studying. Yeah, I would be.
That's a mini.
Yeah, right. No, we'll put them. You just hang out and wait for the rest of them, okay? Sorry that you have to be alone right now, but look behind you. There's lots of folks behind you.
You're not alone, we're all right here.
Laura Lee Collier, comparing protein content in gluten-free flours. Very nice. By the way, I should mention that Alex Bartos received second place, and Mickey received the research award, and Laura Lee received third place. Next up, for second place, we also have Olivia Close. Her work was in the assessment of polycyclic aromatic hydrocarbons in honey produced in Southwest Virginia apiaries. Did I say all that right? That's really nice work. And honeybees are pretty important to all that we eat. So congratulations. Next up, this is the Grand Award in Biological Sciences. First place in Biomedical and Health Sciences goes to Joshua Osemabar, analyzing the effectiveness of expansion techniques for meningeal tissue. All right, so great work on that. Again, I've dabbled in that, and I would like to compare my work.
And he wrestles on the side, by the way, right?
Yes, he's a wrestler too. Next up is Lydia Pratt. She was given the alternate grand award in physical sciences, first place in material science for her work in the effects of nickel content and quenching rate on the mechanical properties and microstructure of ASTM A588 weathering steel. I mean, if you went to the science fair proper at the college, it was pretty mind-blowing. I'm just giving you a taste of what our kids brought home.
It is.
Next, Eleanor Steele took home the alternate grand award in physical sciences and first place in environmental chemistry for her work in filtration efficiency of nanobiochar prepared from spent mushroom substrate for triamthoprim removal. Brian, are you putting these on the screen? I've never been so judged in all my life.
To be fair, we're all laughing because we don't have to say those words.
Okay. You know, I'm trying to, break them up into syllables and common spelling and all the things. So I think these are there 4 or just 3 with us today? Miles, oh, hold on. I don't see Miles. I don't have Miles in my paperwork. Stand by. I don't see Miles on here. Oh, well, Miles, come on up and you tell us what you did. No, I need you.
Don't worry about the word.
That's right. So give us like layman's terms.
I just tested how to pick the particle size, like the color of paint, affected how it degrades over time.
Oh, well, that's very good work. Thank you. How about a big round of applause for these Bobcats? Very nice and very tough work. So thank you all very much. And as on your way out tonight, if you didn't get a chance to check it out, make sure you stop by and take a look at their work. Thank you, folks.
And if I'm not mistaken, they went on to the regional level and won even more, correct? Yeah, right. So we're super proud.
All right, so occasionally we like to go off script, and we're about to do that now. If Mr. Simpson would come forward, he has a special announcement.
All right, good evening. This is hot off the press. So our band competed today at William Fleming High School and received an overall superior rating. And so because of that, we will now be recognized as a Virginia Band Distinction, formerly called Honor Band, because this rating was paired with our superior rating and marching assessment. And this marks the first time RHS has received this honor since 2009 and the 5th time in school history that we have achieved that level.
Thank you.
And I don't want to put pressure on Mr. Goad, but he seemed pretty confident. So if choir received superior, then we would be recognized as a blue ribbon school.
Wow, nice. Very nice. Well, I don't have a
He
doubt.
said it yesterday as if it had already happened. And I said, oh, you all have already competed. He said, no. He knows it.
Sure, I feel confident.
I love
Looking
it.
forward to that. Thank you. All right, yes, that is late breaking news. All right, that's all for student and school
I
trip.
do have one thing here about the artwork that is around the room, courtesy of Bell Heath 3rd through 6th grade students. The theme is Creative Cooperative Collaborations. These mixed media creations began with 6th and 5th graders who were asked to draw a large animal that filled the entire page so that 4th and 3rd grade students could color it in. At the end of the project, the 6th and 5th grade students returned to help outline and put the finishing touches on the artwork. So that represents the work of a lot of students.
They worked very hard, and this was only a fraction of the artwork that was sent up here. We just don't have the wall space for the rest of it. So very nice. Thank you.
Okay. It really is. All right, consent items. Hopefully you've looked through the minutes, field trip requests. There were quite a few use of facilities, everything on there. if there are no questions, may I have a motion to approve the consent items?
So moved.
And a second?
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? And that stands approved. All right, I guess we don't have anyone here. Okay, no comments, okay. So it's back to you, Dr. Joyce.
Thank you very much. The first agenda item is Mr. Graham cannot be with us tonight. He asked me to present the awarding of the request for proposal number 12-2025, the Facilities Needs Assessment. We had a committee that met with each of our vendors. We narrowed it down, had another few meetings to narrow our choices even more, and we have chosen ZMM to be the vendor of choice for that Facilities Needs Assessment. And they have promised to do their work this spring, and we should have a report by June, sometime in June. We're very excited to work with them. They are equally excited to work with us. And Mr. Grimm wanted me to pass along the process was very productive and fruitful. So thank you very much. Next up, our strategic plan update. Mr. Dye, if you wouldn't mind pulling that up to the screen for me, please. All right, so if you'll just work with me, Mr. Dye, I'll let you know when to advance it, okay? Thank you. So members of the board, as we move through year one of our 6-year strategic plan, I'm pleased to report steady and meaningful progress across our division goals. The March 2026 update reflects both completed milestones and strong forward momentum in each objective area. Next slide. The governance, planning, and fiscal stewardship includes the comprehensive strategic plan implementation underway in that area, actively monitoring progress through scheduled reporting cycles, ensuring the plan remains a living document guiding our decisions. First objective is to monitor economic trends and proactively develop budget strategies. That's in progress. Budget planning meetings have been held, as you'll hear more later on this meeting, and financial forecasting continues in collaboration with division leadership. We are aligning fiscal planning with projected enrollment, staffing needs, and instructional priorities to ensure stability in a needs-based budget. Next objective is to advocate for state and local funding to support our division priorities. This work is also in progress. We are maintaining close communication with state representatives both in the Senate and the House of Delegates and local officials to advance legislative priorities and secure funding aligned to division needs. I will take a moment to say at this point that Ms. Long and I have met with the new city manager. I'm going to take new off his title. The city manager, Todd Meredith, and his financial team. And we've had very productive meetings to this point. We're just about ready to ramp up to our budget proposal. Assuming everything goes well in the next few weeks here, we will send that to those folks on April 1st. I just wanted you to know that I've been in touch with Delegate Ballard. I've also been in touch with Mr. Meredith and Ms. Cox and his team, Ms. Newby. So we feel very, very comfortable with where we are. And so that's a good feeling to have at this point. And we also have folks working for us in Richmond on behalf of the superintendents in Region 7 who are taking a closer look at some of the bills that are passing that may be good for education, but not or good for the state, not necessarily good for education. So we'll see how those turn out. It's not always one size fits all for some of these bills, and we've asked for some, concessions. Maybe not the right word, but we need some attention placed on education before we pass these bills carte blanche. So that's what we're working on. Also with our lobbyists is what their official title is in Richmond. Next slide, Mr. Dye. Instructional environment, engagement, and student support. Our objective is to expand support for struggling students in academic and behavioral areas. Progress is realized for the hiring of an instructional coach and an additional special education support personnel. These strategic staffing decisions strengthen intervention systems and increase targeted student support. The next objective would be to provide teachers with flexible, interest-driven professional learning opportunities. I want to take a minute to brag on Dr. McDaniel and Ms. Patterson and other folks on her team that put together a professional development menu of sorts that they can access on the internet and choose which PD is most suitable for them and the day and the time, and then they can accumulate points that way. So it's very much teacher-driven based on teacher interest and need. So they did a great job with that. All that work is ongoing. The professional site, I think will probably make an appearance again next year. I really like the way it's worked out, so thank you very much. Next slide, please, Mr. Dye. Academic achievement and student growth. Across academic objectives, we are seeing steady implementation of instructional support and monitoring systems. Curriculum alignment and instructional pacing structures are being strengthened. Intervention systems are being refined through improved referral and monitoring processes, and data collection tools are being used to more consistently inform instruction and track student growth. So on the right, you'll see we had a little celebration around Christmas holidays based on the metrics that you see to the left. So we were very proud of the progress that we're making from kindergarten all the way through 12th grade. So March 2026 status updates reflects either ongoing implementation or in-progress refinements demonstrating forward movement in our achievement. So we're very proud of that. Next slide, thank you. So recruitment, retention, and staff support. I know that Ms. Shule's on her way to Abingdon tomorrow for yet another job fair. I think that'll be number 3, correct, so far? And our openings are dwindling. We're doing a very good job at realizing our needs and filling those needs as quick as possible so that we get the best candidates that are out there. Our key objectives in this category focus on staffing stability and workforce development. Strategic hiring efforts have resulted in key instructional and support positions being filled. New teacher support means better retention of qualified staff, and it's not written here, but that also means teacher morale. New teacher morale, they don't feel like they're struggling as much as some years past, and they feel excited to be here, even though the first few years are very difficult. Professional development systems are expanding to increase veteran teacher support and retention, and leadership continues to monitor staffing trends and implement responsive recruitment strategies to include traveling to 3+ teacher recruitment events at Radford University. Is Emory and Henry, is that the one that's tomorrow? Is that tied to Emory and Henry? Okay. And UVA Wise, I think, is going to be there tomorrow as well. Western Virginia Public Education Consortium at the Salem Civic Center, where we had really good luck a couple of weeks back. It was postponed several times. We thought it was going to be a dud. It ended up being really good. So I'm glad we decided to go. A lot of divisions backed out. We did not. Building leadership is also given latitude to seek out and secure talented staff. This is also a progress is ongoing with structural systems now in place to sustain long-term staffing stability. So finally, overall, as of March 2026, major planning frameworks are complete and operational. That's the strategic plan that's in place. Fiscal oversight and legislative advocacy efforts are actively underway. Instructional supports have expanded through strategic hiring and professional learning systems. Monitoring structures are strengthening accountability and transparency. Most objectives are either complete or ongoing or in progress, indicating healthy implementation at this stage of the 6-year plan. In summary, we are squarely and firmly on track in year 1. The foundation necessary for sustained improvement is in place, and we are now focused on deepening implementation, measuring impact, and refining practices to ensure continued student and staff engagement, achievement, and growth. I look forward to discussing progress after the next 6 months in the fall. I'm happy to answer questions. Remember, this is the strategic plan that you guys helped build from the ground up, and it's fun for the division staff and leadership to see it, come to life. Yeah. So thank you very much. Okay. Next up, Dr. McDaniel, if you wouldn't mind coming to the podium to talk to us about next year's school calendar. Thank you very much.
Thank you. So we started with a group at the end of February. We had a committee with members from every school, and we looked at 3 different drafts, and they eliminated one of those options, and then we got it down to 2 drafts, and we sent that out to the entire everyone that is employed by RCPS, and they voted. And it's overwhelming. I don't have the statistic right in front of me, but it was like 69% for draft 2. So, and that is the calendar that we are presenting to you tonight. And as you know, when holidays fall, what day of the week, like Christmas is on, when Easter falls, all those things,
really impact our calendar. But other than that, it looks very similar to this year's calendar, and some of the feedback that we received was that people liked this year's calendar. They liked that we have some kind of break or holiday just about every month, so, they don't get us burned out. One thing we did add in, we have 2 additional school days on this coming year's calendar, just to make sure we don't get in that range if we have more snow and ice next year like we had this year, just to pad that time a little bit for our hours. So we do have 2 additional days compared to this school year's calendar. Other than that, it looks very similar. One other big difference, as I said, whenever Easter falls, kind of impacts the calendar. So this year, the 2 drafts that the committee preferred, one had our spring break before Easter, and the other one had our spring break after, starting on Good Friday and after Easter. And that was really the big difference between the 2. Other than that, they're very similar. And so the one with the break after Easter was preferred.
I don't see the 2 weeks off for snow in January and February.
Yeah.
Is that the white days for snow?
And this will be the final version. I just wanted, those little numbers were my cheat sheet for counting how many days, instructional days we had each month, and how many teacher days we had each month, because if I don't kind of keep track of it as we're creating these, I could leave something important off. And recount and count and count to make sure it's right. So all that will disappear, and I'll have to go over it to fine tooth comb, just making sure that the key and everything is matched up accurately.
I will say, it was probably difficult for the committee to build this calendar when they had just come off of a 2-week snow break. So there was a lot going on and a lot of things to unpack there, so.
But we pretty much met the day we came back.
Right.
After school. But
My question would be, if we've added 2 days, just in case, what happens if it's not a winter like this winter?
we still won't be over our days because of our early releases and all of that. We're still going to count hours. So it's 180 days.
Okay.
The last 2 years, our calendars only had 178 days, so we had to count the instructional hours because it's 180 or 990 hours.
Okay.
Anytime you have an early release or anything like that, that depletes your time.
Right, yeah.
So-
Okay.
So it won't be that we'll take away, we don't have extra days, but we'll have enough banked time based on our instructional hours to be, have a pretty good issue. But again, we also have built-in days that are makeup days in case of extended, bad weather.
Right.
Of course, this year was unusual with us missing days in December, which is pretty early.
Anybody else have questions?
One other thing that's in the calendar that we included last year that, and originally I didn't have it, but I put it in there after some feedback, was the flex days for teachers. So one of their work days, they can choose whether they want an extra day before school starts, or they can choose that last day. It gives them some flexibility in whatever they need the most, whether it's that upfront time or time to close out at the end of the year. And the semester will end for the high school in December. That's another the block schedule, an important component of your calendar. May help as well.
It was very productive work by you and your team, so make sure they know how much we appreciate that.
Thank you.
If you've never looked on, if you've never Googled how Easter falls, you should do that. How Easter is determined, it's very complicated. Someone should do a science project on that. Thank you, Dr. McDaniel. Any questions?
No.
All right, for the last few months, Mr. Calfee, Mrs. Boyd, Dr. McDaniel, Mrs. Long, and myself have been working on the budget for, and you know what? Before you pull that up, Brian, I already see a typo. It's not, so slide number 2 is going to say 25, 26. That's not accurate. But we've been working on the budget for 26, 27. And we'll go through that. You have that, do you have that in your packet? You should. Or at least you have a link to it when you received your, yes,
Right,
sir.
we had a
We'll
link.
go through it together. Oh, well,
Oh.
now I'm sorry I mentioned it. It's okay. When you've looked at the real numbers, sometimes the years get left behind. All right. So. Thank you, Brian, Mr. Dye. All right, so we've been working on this since December, and so if you'll bear with me, we're going to talk about the numbers we've come up with, how we got there, and what we're going to hope to spend money on. This will be for you to digest tonight. We'll meet again on the 24th, and you guys can vote on it, okay? All right, so I've got this one now, Brian, correct? All right, so we have what we know at this point. We have some unknowns. We'll talk about resource allocation and then what's next. Our budget practice is a needs-based, essential first funding practice built on positive instructional impacts, judicious baseline, and built on fiscal responsibility. This is a quick school funding 101 that I won't read to you, but some of the highlights are the way that our LCI, our local composite index, has fallen in the last few years. Not going to get into why that is, but I just wanted to point out that it has happened. These aren't years, actually, these are 2-year cycles, so I apologize. So in the last 6 years, with 3 measurements, it's dropped all 3 times. Right now, our 0.1573 indicates that the city of Radford, the locality, is responsible, in theory, for about 16% of school funding. The balance of that would come mostly from the state, plus some other sources that don't really show up, but there are other sources, but mainly it comes from the city of Radford and the state of Virginia. That 0.1573 is, if not the lowest in Virginia, it is among the lowest in Virginia. And then that obviously has it's a reflection of our true value of property, our adjusted gross income, and our taxable real retail sales. Okay, so those are some of the numbers that go into building this budget. I will say that the funding is on, JLARC has said the funding is messed up. It's not right. I did read an article where if we were to change the funding formula, it would cost Loudoun County, which, that's not a very good point of reference for us, but it would cost them $31 million. But the fact is it's broken. It's not right. But it's all we have now. No one's come up with anything different or better, so here we are. So what we know is that school and department meetings are complete. Bell Heath, McCarg, John Dalton Intermediate, and Radford High School have all met with the division budget committee team, as has human resources, curriculum and instruction, including gifted, special education and alternative ed, technology, transportation, maintenance, school nutrition, and athletics. They were all very reasonable requests, and they were all taken very serious. The public hearing for the 26-27 budget was held in December of 2025. Our school board budget team continues to meet with our division-based team to ensure alignment of ideas and strategies. We've carefully reviewed the 3 state budget proposals from the House, the Senate, and the former governor. I am sorry to read in the paper this morning that the conferees have not met, and they're not close on a budget agreement. I think it's one of the sticking points. When education, we kind of get caught up in everybody else's hoopla, like I said earlier. I think one of the things that's holding the budget up right now is our data centers and the tax breaks that are offered to data centers now. Some folks want to take that out, and that would mean a lot to the bottom line for the state's budget, and then how much disposable income, so to speak, they might have. So we'll have Saturday. The session is supposed to wrap up. Tomorrow's Wednesday, so you would think all 3 House, Senate, and the governor are all in the same party, so hopefully we'll push this on through. That's what I'm hoping for. They're playing, they're all on the same team. We have met with Mr. Meredith, the Radford City Manager, and his team to ensure clear communication with the city. Those have all been productive, as I mentioned earlier. We're expecting a state-funded 2 to 3% salary increase for all SOQ positions and are now working hard to find funding to support the same increase for all of our positions. This increase will require local match to unlock the funds. A 3% increase in health insurance costs is expected, and we're looking for ways to prevent those costs from being passed on to employees. Two things that the REA brought to our attention, the Radford Education Association, compensation and benefits. So we try really hard. Those are at the top of our list. Sorry. The unknowns, much of what we aren't sure about, as I mentioned earlier, is budget decisions made in Richmond. We always lean towards the lower numbers in an effort to stay safe. And right now, that is which budget, Ms. Long? Is that the governor's budget? Okay. Okay, so resource allocation would include a 2 or 3% raise in teacher and staff salaries, a 3% increase in health insurance costs that the division will attempt to absorb, the rising cost of utilities, grant-funded positions moving into the operating budget. So a lot of the grants that came out during COVID time and a little bit in a few years after COVID became very important to Radford City Schools. And we look for ways to move those into the operating budget and not depend solely on grant funds. So that's what we've been trying to do with several positions and programs. Increases in building maintenance costs and the unknown funding needs, which are always there, lurking under the surface. Instructional priorities include books, technology, including software, professional support, and then of course we always have maintenance for our facilities and emergency funds. Okay, so some numbers now. Projected state funds based on our enrollment of 3010. That's the state right now doesn't have us at 3010, but we are working to make sure that their number is as accurate as ours because we feel like ours is the most accurate. 1525 of those from city residents and 1485 from the virtual Stride K-12 organization. City funds would equal 5.994 plus or minus. Local funds would be at 982,804 for a total of 41,296 and change, which leaves us with about 933 for the positions that I mentioned earlier that we'd like to allocate funds. Okay, and I'll go over those at the next slide. I don't mean to, browbeat you with a bunch of text and numbers, but here goes. 396,000 would cover the 2% staff compensation increase. That does come with a match. That includes the match?
Yes.
Okay, good.
This is for everybody.
And for all positions, not just SOQ. Mr. Simpson and I are working hard to secure an ROTC program for the high school. That would include 8th grade, Mr. Freeman. They are very generous with their funding of that program is the Air Force, and they will offer up all of the equipment if we will just offer them a place to house the ROTC program, and one staff member. They're going to have 2 staff members and all of the training material and all the supplies, but we only are responsible for 1 staff member. There are some other, things that we need to have done in 3 years, but that gets us off the ground. Next, lead custodians. Mr. Grimm isn't here, but I will say that he's interested in 1 custodian at each school being the lead custodian to take care of schedules, folks that can't be there that day, things that pop up unexpectedly, things like that. He needs go-tos at each school, and I agree. Mr. Simpson, as you know, earlier asked for a physics teacher in his program of studies. That would be middle-of-the-road salary for a physics teacher, not knowing if it would be a new person or a person with 30 years experience. So that's the middle. All-in tutoring is going to go away with our at-risk funding from the state. That was a huge chunk of money that we enjoyed for several years. That's one of the things we'd like to move out of grant funding into operational so that we can still offer after-school tutoring to our kids from about September, October or through the end of school. It would cost at or about $102,000. We're going to have 1 part-time maintenance worker open this year. We would like to fill that with a full-time maintenance worker. There's just too much for 2 full-time folks to take care of, and we'll also look for this person to specialize in a trade so that we don't have to call in outside vendors all the time. Okay, if that makes sense. We'd like to add an additional bus driver full-time at $38,673. Maintenance training that goes on each year. Think OSHA, think asbestos removal, things like that. Additional hours for a speech pathologist at $11,563. The case loads for those folks are getting out of hand, so we'd like to hire on additional help or at least add hours to their day. Facilities updates, that's sort of a generic placeholder for things that we might need that would not come from the capital reserve fund that the city's holding. Those would be things that would pop up that would be a little less expensive, but we would like to have a line item so that we feel comfortable that it's there up to a certain point. Stipends for special education leads. Also, each building we feel like needs a special education lead to look over the IEPs, the compliance, the due dates, things like that. That's not a big lift for what would be a very big help. And next is the special education liaison that we have working for us now, Ms. Leeper. Her school year doesn't really neatly stop in June and begin again in August. She has a lot of bleed over, sort of like our attendance lady. There's a lot of bleed over where she's heavily involved with families and can't just say, well, I'm not working in the month of July, I'll see you in August. That's just difficult to do. We would like to bump her from 11 months to 12. And again, a small price to pay for the benefits that we would see. That's the total 933,081 that you saw from the previous page. And since this is kind of the meat of the presentation, I'll stop now and see if there are questions.
Less a question, more just pointing things out for people who weren't involved in the budget committee or anyone who's listening elsewhere. One, thank everyone who, Gary, Dr. Joyce, Dr. McDaniel, everyone who was involved in the budget committee, Gloria. Once again, we started from the ground up. That's why it started off with this is a needs-based, essential item budget. It wasn't this sounds great, let's throw it in there because we like it. We started with, it's a blank slate, what do we have to open the doors and put a student in the seat, and built it up from there. Things that you don't see from this, and I do get excited about the numbers, y'all know that. Gary and I, we've been having a great time. But ultimately, things that are represented here, going out to these staff fairs and stuff like that is not it wasn't an easy thing in the past. I think it's getting easier because we're being recognized as an employer of choice within school divisions. So being able to say we do hear the REA, we do hear what is going on in the community at large within the area, and becoming a employer of choice by saying 2% staff compensation sounds off the wall for everything else in the community, but it's not. Being able to say we're able to have the positions filled very quickly whenever our friends and neighbors aren't. We can do that now, which makes our lives a little easier when you're sitting in a classroom knowing that maybe the person across the bridge or across the way is struggling because they're trying to cover 3 or 4 classes. We're able to provide that additional resource to our students. The Air Force JROTC program, I am immensely excited about that. When Dr. Joyce, when you brought that to us, originally, I'm going to out you on this one, originally that number was $100,000, which can be, once you hit 6 digits, it starts getting scary.
Right.
But through conversation opportunities and just some real speed, it is, for those who like a bargain, it is a buy one, get one. We fund one staff member, and the Air Force says, we'll provide the second one. They also provide almost all the other information and everything. I mean, literally, it's turnkey. You provide them one person. They say, okay, here's the second person with it. Here's all the equipment, the uniforms, the information, the instruction, all this. If you can begin, any parent who has a child who is going beyond high school in any fashion, whether it's college bound or not, the opportunities that program will provide to our Radford City school students, $85,200, if it's not a bargain, I'll walk out right now.
Right.
That is amazing. I mean, you can get more value than that returned to one student within a year based on that program. So I'm all in on it. I think it's fantastic. I think it's amazing we have that opportunity here in Rapid City and to be able to offer that to our students. It just opens so many doors that wouldn't have been otherwise. So I think it's a beautiful value. The bus driver program, I'm gonna harp on that one again too. We don't have to outsource the training on that now for the certifications. We're doing it in-house. If you didn't know, we used to have to send our drivers over somewhere else. Drive around the community, folks. If you're not aware of it, look at all the buses parked in all the parking lots. One now hiring bus drivers. We used to have to send them off somewhere else to get certified, trained, licensed, pay for the room and board for the time they're there, blah, blah, blah. We do it here now. We are a destination for that because investing in our infrastructure, terrible bank terms, I know. But investing in the future of Rapid City Public Schools and our students is what makes the difference there, and that's what that represents. Now we are, again, a destination for bus drivers to come to. They come to us because they have to train here anyway, so why not?
Sure.
Take advantage of that. It's literally everything, every dollar here, the $933,081, I promise you, every one of them was scrutinized. Every one of them was looked at and said, okay. It almost felt like, bargain day at the budget committee, because we're like, can we get this for a little less? Can we whittle that down some? And we had the conversation once again. Because Dr. Joyce, you came to the meeting with a list, and it was, okay, here's the list of what they need. Okay, if it's not on the list, guess what, kids? That's what next year's for. I'm sorry. If it wasn't on the list, it's just not going to make the cut. So we did look at every dollar. We did look at every opportunity. And that actually, I can tell you, represents a fantastic bargain. For me, my excitement, again, is around the JROTC program. Not that the rest aren't important. Tutoring, how amazing is it when that light bulb, to every teacher in the room and every administrator here, because everybody's just kind of like, every parent, that moment in time when your child looks at you and that light comes on and they just got what you're telling them, what you've been explaining. I see head nodding and everybody's like, yeah, that is awesome. I smile thinking about it with my own girls. That's what that $102,267 is for. Every penny of it goes to that child who struggled, was frustrated, was aggravated, and wanted to give up. But one of our teachers stepped in and said, I want to do this in my time. I just need a little help making sure that it gets done. Help me do that. And we said, yeah, we're in. It's that important. We can't let it go because we're showing progress, but if we don't do this, I don't think the progress will stay. That's my concern, personally. I'll stop. I mean, to me, this excites me because this is an investment in every student every day, and it was a passion of mine, and I know the rest of the committee, to come in and say, yeah, we want to do this because we see it's vulgar in some ways to say, well, you have to talk about money. Well, yeah, we do, but we made it more personal than that. We sat down and had those hard conversations of, does this make sense? Some of us, I wasn't able to attend the last meeting in person, so I was on the phone for a couple hours. We have that level, we all do, we have that level of passion behind it to invest that time into it. So I don't want anyone to think, this is something we take lightly or we're just throwing money at something we don't understand. We did look at every line item. We did take every student into mind and can we get this for a better deal? Can we get a bargain on this? Cole, to your point, there was some conversations that had, and Dr. Joyce was there because this man is a king at finding the value. He really is. So if there's a penny to be squeezed out of something, I promise you, he knows where to find it. He knows how to call to get it there. So that's all I got.
Thank you.
That's a lot. Sorry.
Nope. This is a big deal. So what's next? We are scheduled to meet again on the 24th. That's when you guys will vote on this budget proposal. We will submit this to the city on the 1st of April, April 13th. Now, these dates, I'll have to defer to the city on these dates, but this is what we think are correct, subject to change. But what will happen is that they'll have their first reading, they'll have their second reading, and then hopefully beginning July 1, we will begin to implement this budget. I'd like to say thank you to Gloria Boyd, our chair who was on the budget committee, and Mr. Calfee for being on the budget committee. But I also want to thank Ms. Swing, Ms. Winter, and Mr. Dobbins for being supportive just as a collective whole. I know that you guys were consulted when Ms. Boyd and Mr. Calfee met as a committee, and we have your input, so thank you very much. I'd also like to thank, obviously, Mrs. Long, who corrects me at every corner.
She just keeps you straight.
Right. Right, yeah. I hear a lot of, no, we can't do that. And Dr. McDaniel. She was in on all the meetings. I also would like to thank the administrators from each school and the directors in this division for their input and their patience and their interest in seeing this division do well. Any other questions? All right, so you guys can be thinking about that until the meeting on the 24th, and we'll vote on that as an action item. All right, next up is a resolution of the Radford City Schools celebrating America's 250th anniversary. Mrs. Boyd, would you like to read that resolution, or would you rather me read it? Because I know that you have some things, you're going off script on us again tonight, right? A little bit?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Could I, there you go.
You could.
So this is how we're kind of kicking this off with this mobile museum that has been traveling all over the state. I think there may actually be 2 of them.
Mm-hmm.
And I had a picture to tell the information. But anyway, it goes live tomorrow for students, and then the public is invited to go and view it between 3 and 7 tomorrow evening. And then the rest of the time will be for students. Even students from Giles County are coming to view it. But I've read some about it, and teachers whose students have gone in it and never had a museum experience, you know, they're just amazed to see something presented like that. So I'm awfully excited that we were chosen
And
to
don't
host
forget
it.
that the truck itself was
Oh,
donated.
thank you. Yes.
Donated by Volvo.
Yeah.
And it is, the truck driver told me that was the nicest truck he's ever driven and has every feature available. So Volvo, they had a big presentation, and he attended, and he drove the truck right out of the showroom. It's a beautiful truck. On the way up, so he comes from Martinsville, I'll let you take over.
Oh, no, please.
He comes from Martinsville, so he came up Lover's Leap, and if you've been up or down Lover's Leap lately, you know that's a real precarious adventure. He came up, went to Fort Chisholm, got it washed. He wanted it to sparkle for us, and he, if you can't tell, that's parked backwards in front of Dalton, but it just made more sense. Now the buses can still pass. But I said, do you mind coming up here and parking backwards in our bus? So he said, I'll put it on the roof of your gym if you want me to. He was so nice to work with. So it's going to be a really neat experience for the next few days. I hope everyone has a chance to come out, and it's free. And unless you plan on living, I won't see the 300th anniversary, but Cole, you might. But it's going to be a big deal no matter what.
Is that where it'll be parked?
Yes, sir. That's where it'll be until Friday afternoon.
And so visitors should park in the
Student lot.
Okay.
Yeah. Over
and walk there.
Beyond the tennis courts off Walker.
Right.
And there's
Yeah.
a short walk right around there.
Yeah. And will all of our classes have the opportunity?
Yes, Bell Heath is going to visit, Dalton Intermediate is going to visit, and the high school is going to visit.
Oh, okay.
It'll be
That's
not
terrific.
everyone, but it'll be the history and social sciences.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. But what at the elementary level?
Mm,
How do you do that?
fourth grade.
Fourth grade.
Yeah.
Okay, because they do Virginia history. Right. Okay. All right.
So is it just 3 to 7 for the public tomorrow?
Yes.
Yes.
Nothing Friday?
Right. Well, so that's fine. Our school division lets out early Friday for spring break, and those folks will need to get back on the road to wherever they're going next. So also, I want to thank, I really drug Mr. Freeman and Mr. Wilder and Mr. Simpson down into the application process. But I just thought that their school with the bridge, the way it faces the bridge, would be a beautiful exposure
Yeah.
for these folks. And they saw it that way too. So I think there have been divisions and communities who have not gotten the rig. So we feel very fortunate to have been granted the 3 days. So now,
And during that 3 to 7 tomorrow evening, I guess a parent could bring their children.
oh, absolutely.
To see it.
Sure.
You know, if their class maybe is not going to have the opportunity,
Yes.
they could come as a family.
Yeah, we hope there's lines across around the building for it.
Yeah, yeah, that's wonderful.
They've been very nice to work with.
So kind of connecting to that, I came across this resolute faith and conviction pledged their lives to establish a nation dedicated to liberty, self-governance, and the unalienable rights of all as enshrined in our founding documents. Whereas America's history is one of perseverance, sacrifice, and achievement in which generations of patriots have defended our freedoms, advanced prosperity, and upheld the blessings of liberty. Whereas instilling respect for our flag, Constitution, and founding principles in each new generation is vital to preserving the Republic and its values. Whereas a strong Republic relies on an educated citizenry, and schools are vital in fostering the civic virtues and knowledge essential for self-governance and gratitude for our national heritage to form a more perfect union for future generations. Whereas schools are vital in educating students to uphold America's founding principles, honor the sacrifices made for our freedoms, and recognize our nation's triumphs and challenges as a force for good worthy of protection. And whereas the semi-quincentennial offers a historic opportunity for our school district to celebrate America's 250th anniversary, fostering patriotism and unity through meaningful activities that honor our shared history, reflect on our nation's achievements, and recommit to its enduring founding principles. Now, therefore, be it resolved that the Radford City School Board proudly commemorates the 250th anniversary of the United States by declaring the month of April 2026 as America's semi-quincentennial month, which district schools will engage staff, students, and families in patriotic assemblies, lessons on the Constitution and founding documents, projects honoring veterans and civic leaders, and activities celebrating America's history, achievements, and future. And be it further resolved that the Radford City School Board commits to embracing the semi-quincentennial as an opportunity to reinforce American values within our school district's culture, inspiring students to embrace the principles of our nation's founders, fostering deep appreciation for the sacrifices made to secure our freedoms, and encouraging them to uphold a legacy of perseverance, innovation, and civic responsibility. And be it finally resolved that the Radford City School Board calls upon our community to join in this celebration, reflect on our nation's remarkable journey, and recommit to the principles of liberty, justice, and self-governance that make America a nation worthy of pride and dedication. So, pending our approval, that will be adopted a little bit later, and Dr. Joyce and I will sign it, make it official.
Thank you. Okay, school board meeting date change for April. We need to accommodate a couple of things. One is a new date for our, not our next regularly scheduled meeting, which is the 24th of March, but the meeting after that, which needed to be moved because of the VSBA regional meeting in Stewart on the day that we were to have met. So in order to accommodate everyone, we would need to move the date away from that week entirely, correct?
Yes.
Okay. So on our school board calendar, we have April the 8th. That was originally planned for that meeting, but no one could remember why we moved it an entire week up. But now it makes sense so that all of us can be here. And I don't mean to do all the talking. You guys certainly can take over here, but do we want to leave the next scheduled meeting after the 24th of March to be the 8th of April? And then we can talk about, I don't know if you want to talk about it now, or we can move that to later.
Okay. Well, the school board also would like to have a town hall type meeting to invite community members, parents to come in and comment or question, share with us. And so we have not landed on a date for that right now. So I would just say stay tuned and we'll get that information out as soon as we can.
Okay. So, Ms. Long, do we need to vote on changing? It's already April 8th. Can we just leave it as is?
If that is what the board would like to do, then you won't need to take any action because it's already set that way.
Yeah. I think that
And then
everybody
for the-
approves.
For the town hall part, we can call that meeting as long as we give
Right.
enough notice?
Right.
Okay?
Yeah, that's the plan, to make it a called meeting.
Right.
So that, to make it a called meeting so that all of us could be there to hear. Otherwise,
You have to
it would
do
be illegal.
Twosies. You'd have to do Twosies if you don't.
So, we will need to discuss, I mean, do you want to talk about a date right now?
What kind of, sorry, Mr. Dobbins, what kind of timeline do we need to give ourselves for a called meeting?
That's usually about 3 days.
Okay, so we have plenty of time. We can talk about it now, or on the 24th, or frankly, on the 8th.
Okay, let's just,
Okay?
yeah, we've had a lot on the agenda. We'll talk about it
Okay.
next time. Yeah,
So I'll just put that back on the agenda for us to talk about a date for the town hall.
sounds good.
Okay. All right. Okay, Mr. Dye, would you mind bringing up, please? Oh, and by the way, I want to say while he's bringing up the enrollment report, Mr. Dye was instrumental in opening the JROTC doors with the Air Force. He's a Air Force veteran, and he emailed someone, I don't know who, but suddenly I got a message in my inbox that said, let's talk. So here we are. So thank you, Mr. Dye. Right?
Yeah, connections help.
All right, so we hit that 1,600 student mark for just a minute back in the wintertime and can't seem to sustain it. So I need to get on the ball. 1,592 for our residential in-person students. Right at 1,500 for our virtual, which is, we won't go any higher than that, for a grand total of 3,092. Thank you, Mr. Dye. Attendance report. We're hanging right around the 95. I'm going to round up to 95 if it's okay with the math teachers. Congratulations to Bell Heath for winning the, is it Bell Heath or is it Dalton Intermediate? That looks like another typo. Mr. Wilder, do you care to comment? You're not interested in
Listen to
sharing with Mr.
him.
Freeman, are you? Okay. All right. It's always fun. These guys really do a good job. Year to date, still at the 95 mark, so we're very proud of that. Okay, thank you, sir. Bell Heath is ahead. Okay, I saw that. So I didn't mean to skip over that, Mr. Wilder. We'll just jump straight to the hyperlink. Thank you. All right. Incidents from month to month and then year to year. So January, it's on beast because we didn't come to school in January and not much in January, February. So, but year over year looks really good. Same for Bell Heath. A drop, that's good, month to month. Looking better year to year. Dalton, a jump in February. Kids were just excited to be back, I guess, Mr. Freeman. They just wanted to. Love was in the but still, year over year looks really good. And the high school, again, down year to year, but just a little bit of increase. Are you going to blame it on love, Mr. Simpson?
Sure, why not?
Okay. Right. Questions for our principals on attendance and behaviors? All right, thank you, Mr. Dye. And Madam Chair, that's all I have.
Okay. Then we'll go to reports of board members. And Cole, you want to open us up?
I will. So to begin with our high school sports, as always, all our winter sports have wrapped up completely. At this point, boys and girls basketball sadly both lost their playoff games during region play. However, both did play a strong season. Kirsten Carter of the girls team was awarded the District Player of the Year, and Coach Rollins was the District Coach of the Year, so congratulations to them. The wrestling team sent 6 people to states, with 3 wrestlers medaling and Cole Martin winning the championship. The team finished top 10 in the state.
Are you speaking in third person?
I am.
I think we know him.
I'm just reading the report. The indoor track team also did very well. The girls team finished top 10 in the state as well. The team had 4 all-state runners with 2 state champions, Essex Williams in the 300 and Abigail Castleberry in the 1000. Cora Mosby came in second place in the 3200, so congratulations to all of our runners.
Can we go back to wrestling for a second?
I mean,
Oh. Back to back, not only back to back, 38 seconds. It took him longer to hug his daddy after the match than it did to pin that other young man. That's right. I get it. You didn't want to spend any more time on that mat with him than you had to.
Exactly.
But congratulations. And we do plan on having all of those folks at the upcoming meeting. But since you're here, congratulations.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
Our girls swim and dive team got second for the 5th year in a row. Congratulations to Jill Grimm for winning states again in dive. I believe she's back to back to back. This is her 3rd time. Kennedy Fender came in 2nd place for dive, and Ben Marinero was the runner-up in the 50 free. The Science MAC team made it all the way to Super Regions last night at Blacksburg High School. Sadly, they lost during the semifinals by a close margin. And the Scholastic Bowl team went to states in Williamsburg, Virginia, and they placed 3rd in Class 2. Our forensic speech won their region. In the Super Region competition, they had 2 categories, dramatic interpretation and dramatic duo, that will move on to states. They will compete March 28th in Salem. Mr. Simpson already spoke on the band and their accomplishments, but obviously a big congratulations to them. Like he said, they haven't received this honor since 2009, and it's the 5th time in school history that they've received this honor, so it's a very high thing. Spring sports are now rolling in with our beautiful weather. We've had tryouts, and the seasons are starting. Right now we're in the scrimmages phase, and then the weeks following spring break we'll begin our regular season games. We're 1 month away from the opening of Annie, our spring musical. About 45 to 50 students from grades 6 through 12 will be participating in this performance, and I know the theater department would definitely like having everyone's support at their musical. Many career exploration opportunities are continually being offered to our students. Our Bobcat Career Chats are still being offered on Fridays during lunches, where students are given free pizza during lunch as they learn about the different careers offered in our area. Today, students went to NRCC to a military opportunity day, and summer internships are beginning to be promoted to give students an opportunity to learn about careers when we're outside of school. Some seniors will participate in a job fair expo to share their resumes and look for jobs as they move past high school. Juniors have opportunities at Virginia Tech to learn about different career tracks, and employers are coming to the schools for the Mingle networking for sophomores so they can develop a foundational knowledge of careers as they continue through high school. Our career exploration opportunities are always a fantastic way for students to prepare and set themselves up for success as they look just beyond high school, past graduation. Last month, students had an event in the Armory to learn about the classes offered at the high school before turning in their class registration applications. With all of our new classes that are being offered this year, it is crucial for students to know what is being offered, but also to develop an interest in these new classes that we have. So after learning about all the high school classes, almost all of the students have now registered and turned in their applications for next year. 2 weeks ago, Jostens came by to deliver caps, gowns, and everything else seniors need for graduation. As a senior, while this is a vital part of preparing for graduation, holding the physical cap and gown is very scary because it means that the graduation date is looming. Jostens also came by to help students, specifically sophomores, order their class rings, and class rings are always a great way to remember your high school years for years to come. SOLs and AP tests are approaching in May. Students are still working diligently in their AP classes and with their teachers to prepare for these end-of-year exams. RHS is going to have another club day this Friday during first and second blocks where students will be able to attend 2 of their clubs before we are out for spring break. Friday marks the end of the third 9 weeks, ending the first half of this semester. A much-awaited and exciting spring break is coming soon, giving students a well-deserved break before finishing out the school year strong. The atmosphere at the high school is definitely positive as the warm weather gives us these beautiful days, and spring break obviously is coming soon. There are 73 calendar days until graduation, which is a quick reminder that we are quickly approaching the end of the school year.
That's right. How exciting.
Okay. Thank you, Cole. Ms. Winter, you there?
I'm here. Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
I think so. You had a report today.
I did. First of all, I'm really sorry I couldn't be there, but I'm in Las Vegas, so I'm not that sorry. Just saying. I just wanted to give a real quick report on the Rafford ACE fundraising that several of us has just been working so hard on. We are literally like one tweak on a form away from going live, so I'm super excited. What it's going to be is it's going to be a raffle, and the winner will get 10% of all the money that's raised. So, we need it to be successful so you can win. So we're going to call it the win-win raffle because, we all win with this raffle. So we are going to set that up, and what it's going to be is you're going to be able to do a ticket, online. It's not going to be like you're not going to have to hold on to a ticket or anything, but you'll be able to get as many tickets as you want. It's $10 a piece, and the winner, of course, gets 10%. But we're going to announce the winner at the very last home football game, and then we'll start it all up again for the next year. So I'm really excited. The hard part has been doing the small things and the small tweaks. And once we get that done, then next year will be a whole lot easier. So Jamie Little, Margaret Sproul, and I have been working extremely hard, and Dee Dee Kennedy has been super patient with us, and she's been working hard with us. So it's been a lot of work, but we've almost got it up and running, and I can't wait to share it with everybody. So right now we have a Facebook page. You can follow that Facebook page. I'm going to make some more social media pages, and you can follow that as well. And we'll go live really soon. We're going to be hitting up the local businesses to see if they could do any sponsors. We're going to have a sponsor sheet. So stay tuned, but we're literally like one tiny tweak away, and then we'll be up and running. So I'm super excited. So I just wanted to talk about that. So thank you guys for being patient with me being on the phone, and I'm going to leave you guys alone.
Thank you for your hard work. We're excited.
Thank you.
Okay. Anybody else?
So March the 2nd was able to attend the spring New River Community College President's Board meeting. It's always exciting going over there, working with our partners there at NRCC and hearing how our students are doing there on campus for our dual enrolled students and governor school students. One of the things that we did talk about, and I'll just share with everyone here as well as our community at large, the issue that happened on campus was reported. Campus went into lockdown. We all got some notifications about it. Very, very, very grateful that it turned out to be a non-issue. But I will say that it was noted, reported, and actually appreciated even to the state level with the response that happened with everyone involved, our school system as well. And it really kind of helped alleviate a lot of the stress to know that they used it as a learning opportunity to say, okay, when these events happen, since now we've realized very quickly this one, everybody's okay, now let's use it as a learning opportunity. And they did. Dr. Brandon turned that into an opportunity for the entire campus to learn from it, grow and develop, isolate some opportunities to get better and learn from the things that they did very well. I will say that the responses I got back in that meeting from Radford City and our responses being prepared to pick up our students and responsibly waiting in a staging area that we were told to do so was exactly what needed to happen.
Good.
So that was amazing. The communication that we had to be able to share with the folks there at NRCC made it much better.
Good.
So, working with our colleagues and our friends is exactly what made that situation go as well as it did. and even at the state level, Delegate Ballard was actually there and responding to what's going on. He was getting data and information, providing it directly to the folks. So you couldn't ask for a better partner there. Local first responders literally on site before the phone ever got hung up. Okay, so it's everybody was safe, everybody was okay, and I felt very comfortable and confident to know that our students on site were in as good a hands as they would be if they were here with us. So I felt very comfortable about that, and I want everyone else to know that as well. Even though they're not on site, we love our family, we love our Bobcats, and they're still our Bobcats when they're not here. They were still very well cared for and very well taken, into the highest consideration. So that was good, and I appreciate Dr. Brandon mentioning that so directly and sharing with us the information that he could.
Mm-hmm.
Having the same conversations there at NRCC that we are here around budget. It's that time of year. So a lot of the exact same conversations. Actually, I felt a little deja vu. I kept looking around for Carrie. I'm like, oh,
how'd you do it without her?
Yeah, really.
Don't get any big idea.
No. So it was good to go through that process and hear from our other representatives from other municipalities that represent there at New River Community College. We do have that time to kind of share and commiserate with what's going on locally, and we're all kind of in the similar boat. I won't say the same because we're all unique, but we all share some challenges there, and we all share some benefits. So it was good to hear that as well. But once again, the staff and administration there at NRCC are very, very complimentary of referencing public schools, our students, and the coordination we have. So
good.
It makes my job so much easier. Councilman, thank you for allowing me to go up there and be on that committee. And honestly, it's a lot of fun because I just go up there and everyone's like, "Oh, Radford's great. We love you guys. Your students are fantastic." I'm like, "Yeah, I know." You're welcome. So it is great. Cole, to your benefit, my friend, those students are sharing the same stress that you are. They're counting down the days like, oh man, it's real now, because they had to do the same thing. They got their caps and gowns orders requirements in, and they're like, now it's real. So it's there, man, but enjoy it. It's fantastic. And that's actually, to me, it's the rewarding moment here as well as at New River to see the people walk across the stage, because that is the benefit for all the long days, all the early mornings and late nights, and the tears that we share with each other and all that. It's like, yeah, this is what it's for. So to watch you guys walk across that stage, and it's worth it. So enjoy it. That's all I got.
Mr. Dobbins, do you have anything this evening?
No, you guys are so good, you took care of it. I'm good.
Didn't leave you anything to say? Okay. How about you, Ms. Swing?
I took part in a Zoom presentation on healthy milk provisions within school divisions, and I had some questions for you, Carrie, but I've been busy about contracts and this, and it talked about the whole gamut of who provides for what schools, and anyway, questions about that. Then next week, I will spend Thursday in Charlottesville at a day-long workshop on cyber security and AI. And I'll probably come home very confused.
We'll expect a full report.
That'll be a short report, probably. Anyway, so that's what's coming up.
Okay. I've got nothing to add. So we'll just move on to action items. And that first item is the meeting date change, which is non-existent now. Okay. So we'll move on to adopting the Radford City Schools Celebrating America's 250th Anniversary Resolution. And is there a motion to adopt that?
So moved.
And is there a second?
Second.
Is there any discussion? Any discussion? All right, all those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? And it is adopted. School calendar as presented by Dr. McDaniel. Motion to approve.
So moved.
And a second?
Second.
Discussion? All those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? All right, that stands approved. did these policy revisions, did we get those? Okay, so,
Well, this policy revision you did, the code of conduct, that'll be policy.
okay.
That is BBBD and BBBDF.
Yeah, and we
And we
have.
Oh,
changed
the
one.
school board code
Yeah.
of conduct. Gotcha,
We had
gotcha,
one little
gotcha.
change on that.
Okay,
Yeah.
yeah, okay.
Now, we'll get to the big stack of policies in a
Yeah,
couple
well, I knew you said there were some coming.
That's
Yeah.
coming.
Yeah, okay.
Pack a lunch.
And I can't remember what the changes were. We switched positions.
Well, if you'll turn to page 3,
Okay,
under number 6, we changed the wording to read, "Board members will seek clarification of agenda items in advance and endeavor to adhere to the agenda to promote effective meetings."
okay,
That's a deviation, but a slight deviation.
right, yes, okay.
Okay, so that's the only change, and now you can open up. for-
All right, so I need a motion to adopt this school board member code of conduct policy BBBD as amended.
So moved.
And a second.
Second.
All those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? All right, so it is approved. Now, the pledge is a separate motion, okay? So the pledge is that single page at the back that each board member will sign and give to you.
Yes,
Is
ma'am.
that right? Turn into you? Okay, so is there a motion to approve this pledge?
So moved.
Second.
Second.
And all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, we'll be signing on the dotted line.
Yeah, and remember, that's the policy that you guys helped create for
Yeah.
boards to come. Very nice work.
Okay, surplus, I don't know anything about that, but that's it, right up there, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay,
Things that are used but still in working condition, things that are used that are not in working condition, your run-of-the-mill surplus.
okay. Is there a motion to approve this sale of this surplus?
So moved.
And I might add that this surplus list will help make room for some better equipment. Right now, a lot of this is just in the way because it's
Okay.
out of commission.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I shouldn't have said
It's
that
bad.
while you asked for a motion.
That stuff is no good.
Stuff's no good, sorry.
All right. So this is not to sell it. This is just to.
Well, it'll be sold on
Okay.
on the
Liquidated
surplus
in some
market.
way.
Okay,
Disposed of in some fashion. The
Gotcha.
amount is irrelevant.
all right.
It's a good thing.
So, a motion to deal with the surplus
So moved.
and a second.
Second.
And all those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? Okay, Ms. Swing, we are ready for you to read us into closed session.
Madam Chair, I move that the board convene into closed session pursuant to section 2.2-3711A1 to discuss the appointment, resignation, and retirement of employees of the school board, as well as, number 2, the admission of students.
All right. Is there a second?
Second.
And all those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? And we are in closed session.
So moved.
Second?
Second.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? And Ms. Swing, if you will certify that meeting.
Madam Chair, of course. I certify that only public business matters lawfully exempted from open meeting requirements by Virginia law, and only such public business matters as were identified in motion by which the closed meeting was convened, were heard, discussed, or considered in the said meeting by this public body.
All right. Do I need a second? Okay. I can always get confused there. And do I have a second to that certification?
Second.
And all those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? All right. And personnel matters. I need a motion to approve personnel matters as presented by Dr. Joyce.
So moved.
Second.
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? All right, those are approved. And then we had a tuition student to approve. Is there a motion to accept that tuition student?
So moved.
And a second?
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay. All right, so that concludes all of the business. We have our next regular board meeting coming up pretty quick. March is a 2-meeting month. So it's going to be on March 24th at 6 o'clock.